Peace, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm doing well.
โปรดทราบคุณสุภาวิดาดวงจิตกรุณาติดต่อญาติที่จุดประชาสัมพันธ์ประตูสี
Yeah, I'm on my way.
โปรดทราบคุณสุภาวิดา
I just wanted to speak about some things. It's imperative. It's very important for all of us to upgrade our information that we living by, following in this day and time. Because in reality, it's so much. There's just so much out here. For one who wants to learn and who wants to be on the correct things. You know what I'm saying? It's really like, it's really like a time to become aware. It's time to come out of that sleep state. A lot of times when people hear certain things, they start getting scared. And what do? They go right back into like the same old stuff that ain't get them further than a certain point in their life. You know what I mean? I'm speaking from experience, and I'm speaking from what I have observed in my life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people stick to mainstream beliefs, mainstream philosophies, and they still be stuck in the same place. And one of the biggest reasons for that is because things don't change when you don't change. So you got to make changes, and all changes ain't necessarily good. I'm not saying it like that, but what I'm just saying, because really the real stuff, the stuff that you're supposed to be on, is very ancient. I try to stay away from code words, but everybody is not picked in any time zone that I ever been living in. You know what I'm saying? It was people that was chosen. I ain't really want to say it, or people that was picked to have a level of consciousness or a level of belief, because we went through the belief stages and all that. You know what I'm saying? And but all actuality, it was certain people who were picked to be first. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people was coming around, or they mixing. It's mixed. It's still in a mixed state, or whatever the case may be. I don't know however you may look at it, but what I'm saying is, that's a whole stage trying to mix things. Trying to just like you always try to like reconcile between religions. Like, that religion is not like this. Yeah, well, okay, that's fine. That's that, and it's this. This is what you want, and that's what you want. All that making comparisons and all that kind of stuff. What I'm saying is the stuff that the sickness is the conflict mentality. Whereas though, like, it's always a problem. People always got a problem, or they develop false feelings of hatred towards people for their belief system or lack thereof, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's incorrect. It's wrong. That's why a lot of problems in the world, most of the problems in the world come from that, because the devil, the energy, that energy works very, very well through conflict. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't control, you add it on with a person that has a conflict mentality. Everybody that's against, if you ain't with us, then you against us. No, that ain't true, because there's plenty of people that ain't with you, that ain't in your way. There's plenty of people that ain't with you, that don't want to, they ain't with you, but they don't want to see you fall. You know what I mean? So like, I'm saying, that's so the stupid mindset that has been indoctrinated into most of us. Gotta leave it off little by little. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I can say, you gotta do the work. You gotta do the work. I've been doing the work for years. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of myself. You know what I mean? And I did it by myself to this day, right? So the point I'm trying to make is, anything. I was always like, I was picked. I always get picked. You know what I mean? Because God, I always been with God, so God always gonna pick me to be on the team. That's just how it goes. For real, a lot of people need to catch up with certain things, because if you still talk in a certain kind of way, you sleep.